Hello, a very good evening to you all. So my name is Soyan. So today I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to do a sharing with you all. So today my topic is about UltraLearning. So first, so just let's kickstart my presentation. So today's section is about RSS. So what is RSS? RSS is actually a reading sharing section. So the book I choose to share is this book, UltraLearning by Scott Young, author Scott Young. So, but why? Why? What's so special about this book, and why I chose this book to share but not other book? So, because this book tells me a lot of real example from lots of peoples, and telling me that it is okay to be late and you are still able to catch up as long as you put in the right efforts and right plan, and you have a right plans and techniques. So the first example is Scott Young, the book author, who finished a 4-year computer science program in 1 year using a free MIT material. Of course, at the end he didn't get the certificate from the university, but in his website he eventually have share his notes of taking when lecturing, and also he did his own final exam and comparing with the final solution from the university. So it is kind of inspiring to see someone is really able to finish a 4 years degree in just 1 year time. So next, Benny, he just using he traveled from country to country and challenging himself to learn a new language in the 3 months time. So of course, the key here is not travel from country to country, but he learned a new language in 3 months. And the key to learn a language is not traveling, but start speaking the very first day and don't be afraid to talk to stranger. So the key here, what makes him different is that it's not about the method he used, but his boldness that he really applied it. He really got the courage and he really did something. He really applied the techniques. So it is not easy to start speaking the very first day with the limited vocabulary he has in his brain. So yeah. So the third example is public speaking. It's a 3-star. He went from a near zero experience to a finalist for the world champion of public speaking in 7 months. So yep, and now he have changed his career from a music industry to a public speaking instructor, and he is actually undergo the UltraLearning project. And yep, so I also paste his link in the slide. So next, example 4 is Eric. So this is the example that it's really inspired me a lot, because he managed to become a millionaire by making develop a game. And as you know, that game development is need a lot of skills like visual arts, music composition, and so on. And he really managed to be some expert, become a proficient in game programming, music composition, pixel art, and so on. And with the 5 years of the development time, his game is really come out. Starberry released in the February 2016. So yep, and that's how he became a millionaire. Yeah. So in this book, there is a quote that I love a lot, which is this one. In the page 16, for the first time ever, I felt I could learn anything I wanted to, as long as with the right plan and right effort. So this is also what I was thinking when I was reading the book. And so let's just imagine if we could learn anything we wanted to. We could learn anything we wanted to, as long as with the right plan and right efforts. What can still be the limitation? There is no limitation, right? That is what I asking myself. So after going through all the real example, now I will tell it's actually there's a 9 principle in total, but in the book, sharing how to UltraLearning, sharing the techniques to learn something, to be an expert in something in a short amount of time. But I'm going to just focus on the first 2 due to the time constraint. So, and I also have yet finished reading the books. I just until the chapter, the retrieval parts. Yep. So we go into the principle 1 first. So Metalearning. So Metalearning is about learning about learning. So if you have after you decide what you want to learn, so you have to study about how to learn it. What is the best way to learn it? So it consists of 3 parts. One is why. The first is why, what, and how. So why is consists of 2 reasons. One is instrumental and another is intrinsic. So instrumental is like you learn with purpose, you wish to have a career growth, you wish to have a career change, something like that. And intrinsic is like pursuing for their own sake. It's like you pursue this for fun, just for self-satisfaction, something like that. And next, after asking why, ask yourself what. So write down on a piece of paper with 3 columns, and the header is concept, facts, and procedures. So the concept is writing what you need to understand, and the facts, you need to write down what you have to memorize. Like for example, if you want to learn a language, Spanish, you need to have enough vocabulary. So that is something you need to memorize. And procedure is what you need to be trained, what you need to be practiced. Like for example, pronunciations, you need to practice, then only can master it. So this is something what. Okay, and now we go into how. It's a benchmarking. So first you have to follow the common ways of what people are using when learning the similar topics to you. And then you do the exclude and emphasize method. So you modify the default strategy and see which align with your own goals, then you focus on it, and which is not aligned with your goal, then exclude it. Yeah, so it will make your own study plans is more specific. Yeah. So next, I think is the principle 2 is focus. So actually in this book, the author is mentioned very detailed about the importance of focus. I think you all also know about the importance of focus when you learn something, so I have skipped it. So I am just telling what usually the problems that people will happens when you learn something. So problem 1 will be fail to start focus. This is something like procrastination. So, and we know that actually we don't know. Actually much procrastination is sort of unconscious. So first thing you have to do is you're recognizing you are actually procrastinating. So after that, after you recognize it, then you have to just start it. So with the goal of 5 minutes. But however, after you have start, you may end up that continuing for longer without wanting to take a break. So problem 2 is you fail to sustain focus. So after you have start focus, but you getting distracted. Okay, so usually you might distract because of the task, due to the task. Maybe so when you are choosing to learn something, if you have a different learning tool, you should choose the one that make you easier for you to focus. Like for example, if you have a choice of you can read books to study or watching videos to study. If you feel that learning from video is easier for you to focus, then just choose learning from video. Yeah. And the second one will be the environment. So make sure your phone will not distract you, and make sure your environment is not too noisy. Yeah. And your mind, you should have a peace of mind. That means a mind that filled with frustrations, angers, and anxieties and sadness will very hard to study. So just allowing your negative feeling to pass with, and learn to let it arise, know it, and release it, and let it go. And problem 3 is type of focus, and which this point is actually I'm not so agree on, because I think that this point is actually because it depends on case by case basis. So it depends on people. Okay, so the author is actually mentioned about complex tasks can be benefit from lower arousal. So that means when you're solving a complex things, you should find a quiet environment. However, when you are doing some simple tasks, you can find a noisier environment. Let's say working at a coffee shop, something like that. Okay, so yep, that's it. The first 2 principles that I have been summarized and share with you guys. So yep, I hope you have learned something after my sharing, and you enjoy what I have shared. So, and at the end, I would like to end my presentations with a quote by Benjamin Franklin. Okay, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Okay, so yep, so I very agree that so yeah, so that's all from me. So thank you, and wish you have a nice day ahead.